In Hendricks, explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Arkansas, the natural state. It's naturally hot today, but I reached the 100-degree mark, B.
Did it reach the 100-degree mark? I thought it was hovering around 91, 92.
Well, you should have been on the river somewhere.
I did that this weekend, Ray, with some friends. Went out to the Buffalo, and I got to tell you, there was one of the most impressive plastic hatches on the river that I've ever seen.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was, I think, Saturday. Oh, gosh, I may have counted 100 kayaks and tubes.
You had a nice piece, new Outdoor Hall of Fame coming up.
Outdoor Hall of Fame, and, always some very deserving people going into that, including our old friend Steve Arison, CEO of Visit Hot Springs, along with Tom Kennon, the Whitewater King of Arkansas, and also the Arkansas Master Naturalists. But yeah, we have with us Steve Arison to talk about just a glorious career in promoting Arkansas and hot springs.
Steve, we want to start off by saying congratulations to you.
Hey, thank you. I'm sort of like you, Ray. We're starting to get honored. Does that mean we're getting too old or what?
I hope we're not running out of time. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think the last time we had you on the show after you hung up, Brian and I made the comment that once it's taken them so long to get you in the Outdoor Hall of Fame, and they did it.
Hey, yeah, it was something totally unexpected. I mean, I've been in the tourism business forever, so I always wanted to get in the Tourism Hall of Fame. I never even thought about the Outdoor Hall of Fame. I have never I've never fished in my entire life. I grew up my dad was a hotel general manager and a VP for Holiday Inn, so I have never been in the outdoors. I don't like to camp. I've never put a hook in the water. So it was like, Deke took me to lunch and was telling me, and I sort of laughed at him. I thought my friend Bobby Dennis with Headhunter Lures had set me up for something. But yeah, I'm very honored. But it's more an honor for me than it's an honor for the city of Pine Bluff and the city of Hot Springs that allowed us to go out and bring in these big tournaments that brought a lot of recognition, I think, to the fishing waters in the whole state of Arkansas.
Well, it's all about the relationships that you've built over the years too.
Yeah, I mean that has a lot to do with it. I mean, it didn't hurt to have Jerry McInnes here and Forrest Wood here, and Bill Barnes out at Mountain Harbor, and Mike Mills up at the Buffalo. Jim Gaston. I relied heavily on Jim Gaston, Bill Barnes, to help us bring in these tournaments. I mean, really helped it. I mean, incredible what those guys did in Forrest Wood. I mean, what hasn't been said about Forrest Wood?
Well, Steve, when you go back and look out over the years and the tournaments you brought in, the additions to Arkansas lore that you brought, bringing in the Forrest Wood Cups, 4 of them, I believe, and how many BFL All-Americans, Redman All-Americans? You were part of the Bassmaster Classic in 1984, I believe it was. The hand that you've had in building Arkansas into one of the great professional bass fishing destinations is just phenomenal. And it probably would not have happened without you pulling those levers.
Well, yeah, it was good, but the commissions, the 7 people I worked for in both cities said, yeah, let's go out and do that. I mean, when I came to Pine Bluff, they'd had that huge tournament when Rick Clunn, what did he catch, like 21 bass, 75 pounds, 9 ounces, or whatever it was, over a 3-day tournament. Yeah. That sort of set Arkansas up as a big-time fishing place. So then after that, I think we brought in a BASF, Arkansas Invitational, and then we hooked up with Operation Bass at that time, which was then FLW and now is MLF. I mean, we hooked up with them, and then we just started doing All-Americans. And, gosh, think about it. Stephen Browning won that incredible tournament in Hot Springs, an All-American. It was just like a month after his mother had passed away, and he was the local boy and came back and won the dang thing. It was the most emotional tournament I've ever seen. I mean, we had it packed out. I mean, we had over 7,000 people in the Pine Bluff Convention Center. It was just, it was incredible. And after that, fishing just went crazy down there. We did another All-American there. And then we moved to Hot Springs, and we've just been very successful. Our commission said, let's do one major tournament a year. And we pretty much have done that. I think we missed 1 year, 2 years during COVID. But shoot, we had the first tournament here where, Scott Suggs, $1 million first prize. That's incredible.
I was going to ask you about that. There, of all the sporting events that I have attended over the years, and Charlie Evans hit on this too. Inadvertently, he kind of got himself in some hot water with his Kentucky peeps. But, the one, 2005, the one that George Cochran won, and then following close behind that was the 07 one that Scott Suggs won. I don't know that I have ever seen on a final weigh-in a more electric atmosphere in a sporting event in an arena than those two events, especially when that build-up with George came and it looked like he was going to win it, and starting just with the girl that sang the national anthem and building up to it. It just seemed like the roof was going to come off that place.
It was incredible. We've got King George Cochran. I mean, gosh, what a great fisherman, right? I mean, we've had so many good fishermen out of Arkansas. I don't think people understand, if you really look at it, how many great fishermen have come out of the state. And then to follow it up, a couple years later in 2007 when Scott Suggs, $1 million, I couldn't believe it. The New York Times was in our building at the front gate.
Right.
While people were entering it, writing an article about coming to a bass fishing event in Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the winner got $1 million. That wasn't the total purse. That was just the winner.
The winner, yeah.
All right.
It was amazing.
Let's go back to 85 Pine Bluff Bassmasters. I'm going by memory here. My memory's not what it used to be. Klung, didn't he get most of his fish up in the Pine Bluff Harbor and fish?
I think it was interesting. It was all held on the Arkansas River, and I think it was 1880. I think it was 84, right?
Oh, 84.
And I think that was the last tournament. And I think if you ask Rick, and he comes back and forth to Hot Springs a lot, if you ask Clun, I think he'll tell you that was the last tournament that anybody will ever be able to do that, because so many people were following him. And, now these tournaments, everybody gets out there and they follow the leaders, that there's no way you're going to have a honey hole like that anymore.
Didn't he
I mean, it was an incredible, 75 pounds, 9 ounces in 3 days.
Went in the washing
you can't catch that.
Went in the washing machine or a refrigerator or something he was fishing off of?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he just found a spot out there and just killed it. But now with all the people that follow you in these big tournaments, there's no way you'd ever get away with that. Everybody would know where the spot is. I've never fished in my life, so it's all secondhand that I get, probably most from Bobby Dennis with Ed Hunters.
We're gonna change that not fishing deal, okay? You want to go?
Well, I've never in my life, even as a little kid, have put a hook in the water.
Yeah, he's making a great case for himself being put in the Outdoor Hall of Fame by all these admissions.
Hey, that's why I don't understand why I'm in there. The only fish I've ever touched is in a restaurant.
Well, we're getting ready to take a little break here in a minute, but I want to, kind of ask some of your recollections from that '84 Classic. I don't know that there's ever been another one where there were two presidents of the United States in the, in the stands. So we'll come back to that in a minute, but. We're visiting with Steve Arison here, CEO of Visit Hot Springs. They're coming up to be inducted into the Arkansas Outdoor Hall of Fame.
And rightfully so. Back in a moment. When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
BKC Home Builders are the premier home builders, providing custom builds and remodels. No matter what size your dream is, BKC will walk you through all the phases, from house plans to landscaping, to make your custom home as beautiful as you imagine. The team at BKC will be with you through the entire process. If you're looking for commercial building or remodeling, BKC has your commercial needs covered as well. BKCHomebuilders.com or find them on Facebook. That's BKC Home Builders in Hot Springs.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're visiting with Steve Arison, CEO of Visit Hot Springs and soon to be in the Arkansas Outdoor Hall of Fame. And for a man that doesn't fish and doesn't camp, I got something on you though, Steve. I understand you're going fishing with Goose Gossage at Jimmy Houston's place.
Well, that's the rumor that's out there. I talked to Goose a couple of days ago. I mean, he was a good pitcher. I'm not sure what kind of fisherman he is, but between that and I've got Carlton Wing is trying to get me to go with George Cochran here on Lake Hamilton. Well, that sounds a little more doable, but you know, I grew up in a hotel. I've never been an outdoors person. You know, the only fish I've seen is in a restaurant. So I think that's why this whole Outdoor Hall of Fame has taken me by surprise. But I'm really honored and I'm really proud for the city of Pine Bluff and for the city of Hot Springs.
So we were talking a little earlier, you know, at that 84 Classic, President George H.W. Bush was theirs. And, you know, I guess he had a role in the weigh-in, but Governor Clinton was there, too, who later became president. And it's kind of like things happening at a certain way at a certain time. That was the tournament, I think, that launched professional bass fishing into the big time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it launched bass fishing, and it launched Arkansas into it. Now anytime there's a big tournament, I think they're always checking with Arkansas first. And I have to congratulate the governor and this outdoor initiative. I mean, I think we're hearing about mountain biking and rock climbing, but hey, it comes back to hunting and fishing. And fishing is the real deal. If you look, you look at the Fishing Hall of Fame. Look at all the Arkansans that are great fishermen. I mean, we've got great bodies of water, great fisheries. It's just incredible. I mean, Arkansas, we're a leader in fishing, especially bass fishing. And I think plum catching, all that, Bush and Clinton being here, and the first $1 million winner being here. I mean, it's just incredible the things that have happened in Arkansas.
Steffi Ledbetter was the girl that sang that national anthem in 2005. I remember that because I've heard Whitney Houston. I've heard them all. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody nail a national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, the way that girl did. And it's like she kept hitting those high notes, and with every one that she hit, the crowd just got wilder and wilder and wilder. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. There's there's like 2 or 3 deals that I really remember in fishing. It's, Stephen Browning winning the All-American. It's Scott Suggs winning the $1 million first prize. And I think, coming up in 26, we're hosting the Black Bass World Championships there'll be 15 or 20 international countries here. I know that Johnny Morris is going to be here, that, it's just going to be an incredible time in 26. I just can't wait for it to get here. I mean, it's part of the reason that, I was trying to retire at the end of this year, but our good buddy Charlie Evans and a bunch of people convinced me to stay one more year to get that 2026 Black Bass World Championships, and hopefully USA will win it, and hopefully this will be the year that they make it an Olympic sport.
Have you had people come to you, Steve, and from other communities or other states, I should say, and say, hey, teach us how to run a tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it all gets down. You got to have the lakes that you can catch fish in. I mean, it all comes down is, what kind of fisheries you have. And I think all of us who live here, we don't see it, but gosh, we've got the best state parks, and we've got a great Game and Fish Commission. We've got great fisheries all across the state of Arkansas, not just here. Russellville has tournaments. The northwest part of the state has tournaments. It's not just hot springs. I mean, we've got great places to catch fish, and I think people nationally know that, maybe sometimes more than those of us in Arkansas.
So, if bass fishing gets to be an Olympic sport, will you be able to kind of sit back and, maybe shake your own hand at the role that you had at making that happen? Because without you, I don't think it has a chance.
No, I think, the people I work for, hey, Steve Harrison doesn't have the money to bring these tournaments in. Let's get serious. There's been a commitment by the communities that we want bass fishing. Pine Bluff, they started it. I mean, they knew. I mean, we didn't have to do anything. Hey, we need help with a bass fishing tournament. Like I say, I've never fished in my life. But boom, all these people, here's what we're going to do, da-da-da-da-da. I moved to Hot Springs, the same thing happened. Bill Goodwin, who just recently passed away, a great. Tom Duke, a local. Bobby Dennis, who works in the fishing industry. Everybody steps up, here's how we do it. Boom, boom, boom. We might have the money to bring it in. We've got the resources, but, hey, they help us how to do it. I mean, gosh, you got to have boat captains. You got to have all sorts of support volunteers to help you do this stuff. And we've gotten it done, and now we're at a point where we're going to have the Black Bass World Championships in 26, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm hoping while that's here, that hopefully the Olympic Committee will say bass fishing is going to be an Olympic sport, and that would be like the ultimate as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Wes McNulty texted us a minute ago. He played in the PGA for a while, and locally a very renowned golfer.
Great golfer, yeah. I followed him when I was in Pine Bluff.
And he was talking about being at the weigh-in at age 14 when Clun won that tournament, and it's just one of those things you never forget. That's what he says.
Oh, I mean, it's amazing, and Stephen Browning, his mother had just passed away, and everybody's in there rooting for him. And I mean, they have an eagle flying around that lands on the hand of I think Charlie Evans.
Well,
I mean, it's just amazing, great memories.
Steve, thank you for taking time to visit with us. Always a pleasure. And again, congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Y'all come down to Hot Springs and see us. There's still some of the summer left.
Hey, I'm going to come down there and fish with you, okay?
Yeah, you come down. You, me, and George Cochran.
All right. Have a great rest of the week. All right.
Hey, thank you.
We will feature DeGray State Park when we come back.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
July is Shark Month at Gwatney Buick GMC. So if your ride is underwater, we're ready to take a bite out of your current payment. Sink your teeth into Sierra 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP.
You're going to need a bigger truck.
Shark $10,000 off MSRP on Sierra 2500 HD. It's a feeding frenzy with Encore GX at just 0.9% and Terrain at $279 a month. Take the bait on Buick and Vista starting under $26,000.
So if you're on the hook for a big payment, let us take a bite out of it.
The most jawsome sale of the year. Don't be a hammerhead. Get to Shark Month at Gwatney Buick GMC. Taking a bite out of your current payment. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Gwatney Buick GMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Stock numbers 31316, 31021, 31411. Terrain or low mileage leases.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We see people seizing opportunities, building communities, and achieving their dreams right in their hometowns. That's why we provide services, resources, and tools that help you accomplish what you want, where you want. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, we have account options designed to work for you and your goals. At Southern Bank, we know where you're coming from because we're from here too. To start your relationship with Southern Bank, visit one of our local branches or online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. Time now to visit with a good friend, Neil Atkinson, at Saracen Consumer Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, how are you this evening?
I'm doing very good, and every time I listen to Ray Tucker Outdoors and you got guests talking about fishing, that reminds me I need to get out on a boat and get a line in the water somewhere. It's just something I just have a hard time finding time to do on the weekends, especially when football season starts. But heck, I'm gonna find somewhere, someplace.
I think you work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, you do feel like it because sports is 24/7, 7 days a week worldwide with table tennis. We've even got the world darts, like you throw in the bar, and you got the world match play going on over in the UK right now. And I was just reading some stories on it because we took a little action on it, and there's been a little bit of spiciness with some personalities over there because it seems like the head-to-head darts is extremely competitive, and they talk a little smack talk, Maybe not, it doesn't get physical, maybe like it does in the WNBA as it has of late, but it's some interesting stuff to watch.
Tell us what else going with you, baseball, WNBA, all that hot stuff.
Yeah, right now, the boys of summer are king right now. Got 11 right now. We've got 11 Major League Baseball games in progress, anywhere from the Detroit Tigers, the Pittsburgh Pirates in the bottom of the sixth, and then you've got the Athletic and the Rangers at the end of the first. So got all going on. WNBA starts back after the All-Star break tomorrow. Got a little golf this weekend. And then, of course, just 10 days away from the NFL Hall of Fame game. Pro football will be back on TV. Remember, that's exhibition style, so there won't be all the props and things like that. But it will be great to see football back on the TV. And I know we're all counting the days down until the first game with Arkansas and Alabama A&M on the 30th of August. It's not that far away. And just going to beat this heat, and hopefully we'll get some football. We get some football going.
All right, I know you got some specials going on.
Yeah, right. The main special that we got going on is our GOAT Moments of the Week. And what we're doing is that if you go into the app, you click on the promo tab, and you'll see the GOAT Moments of the Week. We've got them involving Major League Baseball. I think any team scores 15 runs. Anybody playing the Rockies ought to be able to do that by the third inning. But you've got around the women's European soccer play, and when the WNBA starts back tomorrow. If you make a $5 bet on any of those events and one of those GOAT moments happen, we're just going to put $25 of free play in your account. Simple as that. Make sure you go to the app and opt in. If you're a new player, you want to take advantage of that, download the app from the App Store or go to BetSaracen.com. But make sure if you're a brand new player and haven't had an account yet, use the code WELCOME. When you make your first $25 bet, we'll put $125 of free play in your account to use within a week. That's a pretty darn good deal. And with football season coming, it'd be a good time to download that app and get familiar with it so you make all your fun little football bets and your parlays coming up very, very soon.
Neil, always a pleasure.
All right, everybody, good luck on all your parlays this weekend, and good luck.
All right, thanks, Neil.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and Ray and I have embarked on a little virtual journey around the state. We're visiting state parks all over the state. There's 52 of them, and right now we're going to go down to Arkadelphia and visit with Drew Edmonds, superintendent of DeGray Lake State Park.
How are you, Drew?
Hey, Ray, how are you?
Doing good. Had a little panic when I was trying to reach you a little earlier today.
I know. I had just stepped out of the office, but came back, and I'm glad to be speaking to you here.
So DeGray Lake Park, DeGray State Park is one of the flagships that we've got. One of the really big ones. It's got everything. It's got a marina. It's got a big lodge. It's got a golf course. Tell us all about what is available down there for sportsmen and, non-traditional sportsmen, I guess.
Well, of course, sure. Yeah, so it is DeGray Lake Resort State Park, and I really like the resort designation because that means, just like you said, we have so many different experiences and amenities and services to offer our guests, from the lodge to the golf course, campground, and marina. A lot of variety if you're coming just for a quick day trip. We have so many things that you can do in a short period of time, and if you're looking for more of a getaway, of course, we have lodge offerings, good overnight accommodations, the campground as well, and then once you're here, you can stay busy on the lake or on the golf course, enjoying all that we have to offer.
You've got to be really well positioned down there. You've got that beautiful, beautiful lake, It's a kind of a miniature version of Lake Ouachita, but just as scenic.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think that's a really good comparison. We are just south of Lake Ouachita, still in the Ouachita Mountain region. And, we're 13,000 acres, so smaller than Ouachita, but similar in that you have a really kind of underdeveloped lakeshore. So when you're on the lake, you can really enjoy the beauty that it has. But, of course, if you come to the North Shore where we are, there's plenty of things, plenty of ways for us to take care of you, again, in the lodge, the restaurant, the convention center, and campground.
I think one of the nice things for you all, where you're positioned in the state of Arkansas, and I don't know if you still do, I'm sure you do, you get a lot of visitors out of the state of Texas, and you're the first major lake as they come this way.
That's exactly right. So we do draw quite a bit from Texas because as you're traveling north, we're one of the best clear water lakes and one of the first that you'll encounter as you enter the state. So we love our visitors from Texas coming to see us and enjoy our clear waters.
When do people come to you all looking for fishing advice, and do you all have any avid anglers, on the staff at the visitor center or anything like that?
We do. So we have the full-service marina here on the lake, so if you need a boat, we can certainly help you with that. But we also sell bait down there, and we do have the latest fishing report posted in that facility, and some anglers on staff that can tell you a little bit about the latest report. Again, we're a great year-round lake for fishing. Really good crappie in the spring. A pretty decent bass lake, and then catfish all year long, depending on your tactics.
Tell us about the lodge. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to look at. Tell us what it's like to be on the inside of it.
Oh, it's great. It's positioned on what we call Lodge Island. There is road access to it on a little causeway, but it's a 90-room facility with some great lake view rooms. So as you're looking out your window, you have a great view to the South Shore. But within that building, we also have a full-service restaurant and bar as well, and then a convention center. So if you're looking for a location to host whatever it is, we can take care of you in that way. Also a hot tub and a pool. So we have a lot on Lodge Island that can take care of our leisure guests coming just to relax, but also corporate groups that want to come in and treat their teams to something as well.
I know that everything on that menu is good, but what is your calling card? What is the signature thing that y'all are known for in the kitchen there?
We get a lot of compliments on our fried catfish. I think that is most certainly our most popular dish, but we have some great signature burgers as well. We try to change that up annually, so if you haven't been in a while, come see us and get a burger as well.
And I'm assuming that our state parks, most of them are pretty affordable.
They are. That's what I love about our mission. We are here to provide access to, in this case, our primary resource, Gray Lake, and again, an option for your stay. If you're not much of a camper or don't want to be one yet, come stay in the lodge with all those amenities. But if you want something more adventuresome, come to the campground or stay in one of our yurts. And I think they're all at a very affordable price point.
I have a number of friends who are avid fishermen, and they swear by Lake DeGray.
Again, yeah, it's great. Really good places to fish, and we don't get a ton of pressure as well, so you don't feel like you're really racing to a spot every morning.
One of the things that I really appreciate about Arkansas State Parks is all of the visitor centers. They're not generic. They're unique to where they are. Describe yours a little bit for us.
Yeah, you're going to enter once you enter the park, that's one of the first buildings you'll encounter, the visitor center. We have a great staff there. They are in charge of all of our camping, so they're able to speak knowledgeably about all those options. But the building itself has some great exhibits that have some taxidermied birds and mammals that you would find here in the park. We also keep two of our exhibit snakes, a hawknose and a speckled king snake that we do interpretive programs with there in the visitor center. So you can see those. And then, of course, all the stuff that you need. If you've forgotten some camping supplies or need a snack, we have those things available as well.
T-shirts and hats and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, all the good stuff. So, yeah, come in and you can get all your souvenirs there. Have a good shirt or hat to take with you.
All right, we're coming up on a break here, Drew, in just thinking about 10, 15 seconds if I can read a clock tonight. Anyway, when we come back, I'd love to talk a little bit about the history of Lake DeGray, the dam, and how everything came about.
Of course. Look forward to it.
All right. Back with more, talking about DeGray Lake State Park.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, be sure to make W's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in central Arkansas, they're easy to find. Headed to the lake or just taking in the beauty of Arkansas? Stop in at your nearest W's location. Their double blend of coffee is always hot and fresh. Snacks, W's has them. Want more than a snack? Many W's have hot delis. And don't forget the hot breakfast sandwiches. W's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
What we love about our ability to help patients at QC Kinetics is seeing their pure delight at finally being able to do the things they enjoy without pain.
I had a patient start treatment with me. He wanted to be able to be active again and do some of his sports that he really enjoyed.
Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics, treats patients with chronic joint pain using their body's own biologics. The goal? Get them back to living their best lives without surgery or harmful drugs.
He came back and he goes, what I wasn't expecting was the ability to play on the floor with my grandchildren. Even just saying it now, I have goosebumps because it's changing those small moments that you take for granted.
Don't let joint pain rob you of those moments. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It just warms my heart to be able to help people live the life they want to live and get those small moments back.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, coming to you live from our Honda of North Little Rock studios here at 103.7 The Buzz. If you're catching us for the first time, we're here Monday nights, 7 to 8 o'clock. One of our specials we're doing right now through the end of the year. We have 52 wonderful state parks. And tonight we're featuring the DeGray Lake State Park, visiting with their superintendent, Drew Edmonds. Drew, let's talk a little bit of, before we went to the break, I teased, let's talk a little about the history of the state park and how it came about.
Sure, yeah. So the park was opened in 1974, which was 2 years after the completion of the dam, the lake project. But it was a long process to get the lake built, involving a big earthen dam, a hydropower facility, and then several dikes as well that border the valleys to keep the water where it's supposed to be.
And this was a Corps of Engineer lake, correct?
Correct, yes. It's a U.S. Army Corps of Engineer lake. Started in 1962, and it was built primarily as a flood control project to manage the water in the floodwaters in this watershed.
Can you give us any insight as to how the state parks was able to procure land strategically like that to, take advantage of a great natural resource like DeGray Lake, and there's another one at Lake Ouachita. There's state parks in all the places that are cool to have state parks.
Yeah, no, we're fortunate. It was really a product of good timing. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, with their mission to create a flood control project and a hydropower project, thought that it would could also benefit as being a recreational spot. They, of course, have some campgrounds and facilities along the lake, but they partnered with Arkansas State Parks really to serve that recreational mission, and so that's why it's been developed as such, with the lodge, the full campground, the marina, and, of course, the golf course as well.
I can't remember if you or April sent me a link for a website, and I pulled it up. Talk about your website and walk us through that.
Yeah, of course. So Arkansas State Parks is the best landing spot, arkansasstateparks.com, and then you can click Find a Park and find DeGray that way, or just search DeGray in that search bar at the top of the page, and you'll get all the information you need about rates, about hours of operation, our events page as well, so you can see all of the interpretive programs and events that we offer throughout the year. It's a great resource if you're interested in coming to see us, or you want to come back and figure out something you haven't done before. Visit the website. You can also find phone numbers there as well to give us a call.
Are you all the only state park that has a golf course, or I think
there is one other, Village Creek State Park, out near Wynn, other side of the state, has a wonderful course as well, but there's just two within the state park system.
And you have 18 holes.
We have 18 holes, yeah. It's playing really well right now. If you haven't come to play the course, I encourage you to. Some great rates. We have an annual pass available as well. So if you're local and you're looking for a new course, we could be that for you.
Drew Edmonds, we appreciate you taking time to join us. I know this is probably after hours for you. But anyway, I appreciate April lining things up. Appreciate you. Went in kind of a panic mode. I had your phone number, and when I dialed it, I got some guy said Walt, and I went, I got the wrong number. So I thought, well, maybe I got the wrong area code. I put 870. But anyway, good things come to a good end. So anyway, anytime we can help you, we're here. Okay, Drew?
Of course. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate the time.
Anytime you got something special coming up, hey, you've got my email or phone number. Just text us, and we'll promote it for you, okay?
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Drew. Thank you.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Always good visiting with people from the state parks. Every one of them's different. I tell you what, if you want to see Arkansas at its best, you really should do a visit all 52. Get you the passport book. They'll stamp it for you when you go, and you can see everything that we've got.
And so you visited a number of these state parks.
I have, and I was doing a visit all 52 for a while. Kind of got sidetracked. Got a number of them, and the way that I did it was just kind of went to a quarter of the state and tried to hit them all. Go from northeast to southeast, and things. Eventually fishing season starts and everything else. So I kind of aborted that a little bit, but it's really good to go to. And if you like fishing, if you like golf, if you want a nice getaway with somebody special, man, Lake DeGray Resort State Park is a great one to go to.
I think that's one of your favorites.
It is, and he was talking about that golf course, and I love to play golf, and every time I go over there, Game and Fish will have meetings over there sometimes, media retreats and things like that. Well, that golf course, you go take the tour of it on the way to the lodge, and it just makes your mouth water. It's beautiful.
Doesn't take much to make your mouth water.
Yeah, some good tasty fairways.
All right, we started off with Steve talking about the Outdoor Hall of Fame, Steve Harrison, and two other inductees. You want to talk a little bit about them?
Yeah, Tom Kennon was one of them. And if you know anything about whitewater paddling in Arkansas, Tom Kennon's, Tim Ernst wrote all those trail guides for the Buffalo River Trail and the Ozark Highland Trail and the Ouachita Trail. Tom Kennon is that guy for whitewater paddling here, and he has run just probably every stream in the state. He's categorized it as far as what kind of whitewater it is. It's like a trail guide for whitewater, so he's being inducted, and very, very deserving person. I've never met Tom. I've always wanted to, because he's a hero of mine for that reason. One of the early promoters of whitewater sports in this state. Got the Arkansas Master Naturalists. Libby Davis is part of that group. She's been a guest on our show a time or two. And there are, you can get involved in the outdoors in Arkansas in a lot of different ways. You can hunt and fish, you can camp, you can backpack. But then you've got the Master Naturalists that do all this work that is really kind of unsung, and it's kind of small-scale stuff. Sometimes it's large-scale stuff of butterfly gardens and planting natural plants, natural grasses, natural forbs, and all this. And everything that they do is a showcase about the right way to do habitat right in Arkansas. So they're, I think a very deserving inductee too. And look forward to going to that induction ceremony at the State House.
What month is that?
That is, you asked me the date. It's going to be late August.
Okay.
Right before dove season. I want to say August 30th. I'm going to check it. If I'm wrong, we'll hit it on the other side of the break. But
Deke will let us know. Yeah.
Deke will let us know. And State House Convention Center, it's always a really nice deal in there. There's an auction.
Great auction. Great auction.
And you don't have to be there. You can bid on things there on site. But if you can't be there, you can go to the website, Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation, and put yourself in that bid. And you can bid on all the things that are in there online, all the way up to the end of the auction that night.
That's pretty cool way to do it now.
It is, and since they've been doing that, they've raised a whole lot more money because they're not limited to the people that are in the building. And then the actual induction ceremonies themselves, for the inductees are really, really nice.
All right, take our final break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We are noted for shows. Most of the shows on this station take phone calls. We don't normally do that. We like to entertain, educate, and inform. So back with more in a moment. When was the last time you went exploring in Arkansas? More importantly, when was the last time you went exploring the natural state on a Honda from Honda of North Little Rock? There are hundreds of miles of trails and back roads to discover. So if you have a passion for adventure, we have just the perfect Honda for you. Our new showroom is just that, as we show off Honda's best models of ATVs, motorcycles, and side-by-sides. We'll find you the perfect ride. Stop in today at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Christy Pettit in Maumelle, Chad Kesterson in Arkadelphia, or Bo Beavis in Cabot today.
July is Shark Month at Gwatney Buick GMC. So if your ride is underwater, we're ready to take a bite out of your current payment. Sink your teeth into Sierra 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP.
You're going to need a bigger truck.
Shark $10,000 off MSRP on Sierra 2500 HD. It's a feeding frenzy with Encore GX at just 0.9% and Terrain at $279 a month. Take the bait on Buick and Vista starting under $26,000.
So if you're on the hook for a big payment, let us take a bite out of it.
The most jawsome sale of the year. Don't be a hammerhead. Get to Shark Month at Gwatney Buick GMC. Taking a bite out of your current payment. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Gwatney Buick GMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Stock numbers 31316, 31021, 31411. Terrain or low mileage leases.
The best memories always happen outside. Hiking forest trails, paddling on glassy lakes, watching a waterfall roaring after rain, roasting s'mores under a sky full of stars. And with 52 incredible Arkansas state parks around the state, all that's missing is you. So what are you waiting for? Pick your park and plan your adventure at ArkansasStateParks.com.
Brought to you by Arkansas State Parks, this station, and the ABA.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The name says it all, and you'll find Honda's best models at Honda of North Little Rock, as they're your one-stop destination for quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. If you have a passion for adventure, head on over to Honda of North Little Rock, as they cater to both thrill seekers and outdoor enthusiasts. Whether you're hitting the trails, cruising the roads, or exploring rugged terrain, we'll find the perfect ride for you. Nothing matches Honda's power, reliability, and innovation. Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. If you like to float to Buffalo, Brian's got a little good news for you. He was up there this weekend, northwest Arkansas. I think you said Rogers had 5 inches of rain. I don't know any of that feeds down to the Buffalo, but I'm not saying it does.
No, not well. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't feed into the Buffalo. It goes into the Whiter. It goes into Illinois River.
But still, you had good water.
Had great water because they've had some rain up there. The water table's up pretty high. And it was great floating conditions, didn't drag anywhere. But there were also a lot of other people were taking advantage of that too. I think I floated from Highway 14 to Rush and overnighted on one of the gravel bars with my friends Mike Waters and Braden, his son Braden, 11 years old, and Caitlin Compton, his girlfriend. And it was really nice out there, Ray, at night. When the sun went down, the heat went away, and it was really cool. Had to put a blanket over me, and it was. I've camped out there before, and so have you. When it was so hot, you could barely breathe. And this time it was fantastic. Raccoons came from a long distance away to try to raid the stash that we had there, and they successfully did that to some extent. But main thing was just so many people. Ray, I know it's big business. People come from a long way to do that. It's great for the economy up there. But when you've got 100, 150 people on kayaks and canoes coming down, and they're all playing boom boxes. I saw a couple of people get into what looked like was going to be a fight. A lot of profanity being hurled between these two people across the river. Various things, people not being the best versions of themselves.
And ruin it for everybody else.
It really does, because what happens is when something like that happens, everybody tends to just kind of back off, and let that play out. Nobody wants to get involved with it. I was telling a ranger about it later, and she said, "Yeah, you also don't want to, you don't really want to be a witness to that if it happens." And fortunately, that situation I think dissipated before any blows were thrown. But it's just part of it, and you have to deal with that. And I go to places like that to get away from that sort of thing. And when you go to get away from it and you're right back in it, it just kind of depletes the experience a little bit.
All right, I think you touched on it a second ago. You're talking about plastic and how much litter. I still find it hard to believe that anybody would float on a beautiful stream like that, like the Buffalo, and throw a water bottle over, a Coke bottle over, or a Coke can or whatever, and leave trash everywhere.
I will give credit to people that way. When I talked about a plastic hatch, I was talking about plastic kayaks and, and canoes.
I thought you were talking about litter.
No, not a whole lot of that.
Okay,
of course, when you go on the river, you have to have a garbage bag attached to your boat. It's got to be tied to one of your gunnels, and so your trash goes in there. People are pretty good about that. You don't really see a whole lot of trash floating.
I knew the canoe folks who rent canoes put those mesh bags in there.
Mesh bags.
Which mesh bags great, except for you get your fishing lure caught in the sucker and you can't get it out of there.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. The fishing lure is going to find that thing somehow, some way. But fishing was not, because the floating conditions were great. Fishing conditions were not so much. Caught a few, nothing great, but it was enough to make it worthwhile. And I tell you, I did fish hard because I didn't have that far to go, so I really picked that water apart, with a fine-tooth comb, and caught what I thought I could catch. It was fun.
All right, the Outdoor Hall of Fame coming up in August. That's put on by the Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation. Making those folks, and so if you can go to their website and find out more and get tickets. Brian talked about the great auction that they have. And you know what? I may reach out to Deke. I may donate a painting for that.
That would be cool. Your paintings are great, and a lot of interest in those. And I think that would go to a good cause, and you might consider that.
Yeah, that's not. I don't do outdoor scenes. We won't see ducks and fish in what I do. I do abstract, and so anyway, I'll reach out to Deke and see if I can do that. They've been very good to us. So.
And even though the weather's hot, you got to remember, we're talking about football season coming up. Well, September 6th is the archery-only early buck season. That's starting up. So, we're not far from that. We're just 6 weeks away from being able to hunt deer. Dove season starts that same weekend, so if you have a really good dove hunt set up, you might do that instead. So, that beginning of September is like when Arkansas outdoors, the hunting thing really kicks off. And it's still a good time to fish.
I know a guy can take you on a really good dove hunt in southeast Arkansas. and I guess George Cochran's got his cleanup coming. That's Labor Day weekend, I think.
Yeah,
is that when we do that?
He does that, and that's always a good thing to go down and help clean up Biomeda Wildlife Management Area. George has been doing that for a long time, and I think that they've gotten most of the stuff out of there, the really big stuff. So it's just kind of an event now, but.
For those of us who know him, it is a fun time for us. and the General Larry Nixon comes down, so, hey, you never know.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we will continue our series with state parks next week. I should have looked at my email so I know what I got coming up. But anyway, we hope you all have a great week, and we'll catch you again next Monday night, 7 o'clock, right here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock.